Okay, I think we are finally live. I'm so sorry, I kinda... Oh, wait. So, I kinda broke the stream. Okay, I didn't break the stream, but I kinda... how do you call it? I clicked on start stream, it didn't start, so I clicked on it again and then it ended the stream, so I had to make a new stream and stuff. That was so fun. Anyways, let me just text someone because they wanted to know when I stream. Okay. Okay, so what are we playing today? We are playing Duskbound. I don't know about it either. I just found it on itch. I thought it looked fun. So yeah, it is a visual novel from what I know with a vampire, so I'm really excited for that. And let's just jump into it, I guess. Start. This game contains dark and unsettling themes and may not be suitable for everyone. Yep. Would you like to see the content warnings? I think I would. This game features textual descriptions of manipulation, blood, violence, death, murder, and dubious consent. There are visual, non-graphic depictions of blood, so if anyone doesn't like blood, maybe a game about a vampire isn't really the vibe. Alright, so there is no light in this city. A dull red moon is all that illuminates our eternal night. Even the lanterns are obscured by countless moths. People trace the same paths every day, seemingly possessed by no spirit at all, simply droning on. Some days, it feels like I am the only person who is alive. Everyone else is merely a ghost. Feel that. Everyone else is an NPC, you are the main character, queen. It wasn't always like that, oh shit. Long ago, this city shone as a beacon to all those who believed in the one Lord. Is this gonna be religious? Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it. Until the Red Plague fell upon us, and our great cathedral was abandoned by those who proclaimed they would save us. So they have a Red Plague. Nice. They took the light with them when they left, but they couldn't take everything from us. I, for one, have done my best to find hope in small things, like my meeting with him. There is no light in this city, but he is the sun. I don't know who he is, but I saw him one day ambling through the town square. His garments were impeccably tailored, and his hair framed his face in a way that I had only seen in paint. I mean, he does look kinda fine. Like, look at him. I just love guys with long hair, to be honest. Okay. And those fine threads. If he had stopped by my workshop, I would have surely remembered. Of course, I have seen attractive men in my life, but there's simply something different about him, and that glint in his eyes. Boy! Like, in the game description, she was like, if only I had seen his fangs earlier. Boy, it isn't a secret. Like, look at him. He is a walking red flag right now. I mean, I like red flags, so let's continue. As I examined him, his eyes met mine, and a radiant smile came over his features. The light behind his eyes shone so dazzlingly, I hadn't seen anyone in the city look like that in years. When it occurred to me that I was staring at him, I quickly averted my eyes. Excuse me. Pale one. Kinda vibe with that name, to be honest. I too am a pale one, as you can see. I rushed past him, embarrassed by the blush slowly rising to my cheeks. In the days that followed, I passed by the town square as often as I could afford myself the time to, hoping to catch a glimmer of him again. I had to confirm for myself that he was not an illusion. More than that, I had to confirm that the light I had found in his eyes was more than a fluke. The longer I went without seeing him, the more I became convinced I had made it all up. What mushrooms is this girl taking that she thinks a person she likes is made up? Like, are you okay? Are you though? It was no different from the others, and that I was desperate for anything that would change the monotony of my dull days. But he was there again, and that same expression, Ducky, Ducky, was unmistakably real. Was looking at me, those eyes. Eyes that made me forget about this dreary place, that sent me far away. Ever since then, I couldn't get him out of my head. Or so I couldn't let go. At first I was content glancing at him every now and then, a gentle reminder that not all is dark and not all hope is lost. But the more I gave in to thinking about him, the less I could expect the daily routine. I expected to, anyway. I'm just shit at reading. But the more I gave in to thinking about him, the less I could accept the daily routine that I'd been shoving down my own throat and pretending I was content with. What I'm saying is, I grew greedy. I had been looking for an escape this entire time, not knowing how to find one. I could leave. Where to? Nothing but death awaits those who venture outside the city walls. The only solace available to me might be the arms of another, but I had never found another to fit. The only solace available to me might be the arms of another, but I had never found anyone fit to hold me. Still, things are different now. Yeah, guys, she's just way too petite and tiny and smaller than an atom, so no one can hold her. But he is different. He can. Because he has fangs, I guess. So things were different now. I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's why today, I'll change my fate. Why is he looking so scared at me? How do I look that he looks at me like that? It looks like I just told him I killed his mom. Yeah. I swallow hard, trying to calm my quaking heart and nervous breathing. It's mesmerizing. One moment, please. I just wanna do some funky little stuff. Okay, funky little stuff is done. He's mesmerizing. Okay, I nearly ended the stream. I'm sorry. I'm just bad at this. Again, it's mesmerizing. What? No, I don't want to end stream. Okay, wait. Hello? Good day. Can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Boy, she saw you like how many times now? How many times has she seen you? Yeah. Anyways. Oh, of course. Why would you remember me? The words I so carefully rehearsed failed to spill from my lips. Well, I have seen you around in the town square. Oh no. Dude, how can you not notice he's a vampire? Like, dude, look at his teethies. Look at his tootles. Spikies. Oh, I recall now. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you earlier. I don't receive guests too often. Please come in. Why don't you join me for some tea? It's something of a hobby of mine, growing plants and combining them into interesting flavor combinations. He's gonna drug us, isn't he? Unfortunately, I am rather strapped for taste testers, so though I am unsure if they are any good. My face flushes. He's being so kind, but why? I am no more than a stranger, plucked from the streets. Perhaps. Could it be? He sees the same light in my eyes that I see in his. Nah, dude, he just sees the red flowing liquid in your cheeks. He wants a taste, like, look at his smile. A gentle warmth spreads through me, and I finally find it in me to meet his gaze. That sounds lovely. I must admit, I'm no connoisseur of tea, but I do enjoy a cup every now and then. Plenty of milk, preferably. You kind of look like the girl that drank tea with milk. Oh, maybe that is a fox passed to a true tea enthusiast. I've probably butchered that. No such thing. Some teas are better with milk and some without. There's plenty of time to get you acquainted. But please, it's quite chilly outside. Do come in, I insist. I nod in agreement and cannot help my smile from growing wider. It seems that whatsoever is daring truly does come out victorious. Did I say whatsoever? It seems that whosoever is daring truly does come out victorious. As I enter through the doorframe, I glance up at him, and I can't help but notice his teeth. Awfully sharp. Oh, you just notice. We got an insightful one here. Like, she's insightful. She knows everything around here. She can see stuff. Congrats. The mansion's interior is reminiscent of an antique shop, one that does not get customers all too often. Why do the paintings kind of look like us? Like the pale one, you know? Everyone has like white hair and pale skin. Where my brunette or black heads at? Guys, rise up for equality! There's an eeriness to the way it looks, almost abandoned, half hidden behind cobwebs and dust. The familiar smell of old books wafting over me is enough to... As I follow him through the hallway, I look around in wonder. The walls are lined with portraits of women. All of them look different, but they bear a chilling resemblance to one another. Some of them look expressionless, others sad, or even anguished. Not one of them wears a smile. But most unsettling of all, they remind me very much of me. Exactly! See? Told ya! By the way, I just want to mention, I love the art style here. It looks really soft with those kind of like, not really pastel, but kind of dulled down colors. I really love that. And the line art, I look how chunky it looks. It's nice, I like it. Okay guys, we save. Wow. Wait, we save for real though. Burn. I think I want to ask about the portraits. Like, why do they look like me? I need to know. What lovely portraits. What lovely portraits. The artistry is apparent, but I must say, they look so sullen. Might I ask the story of these paintings? He turns around slowly and purses his lips as though he's unsure how to respond. Yeah, I forgot to do the voice. I had like voices planned for these guys. Yes, I forgot! Turns around and slowly purses his lips as though he's unsure of how to respond. After drawn out silence, I start. Oh, I'm sorry if I pried into something I shouldn't have. His eyes soften. No, don't worry. It's another hobby of mine, though I fear I'm not very good at it. After all this time painting the same subject, I have at least managed a modicum of skill in portraiture. After all this time painting the same subject, I have at least managed a modicum of skill in portraiture. So they're all portraits of the same woman. Then what a love he must have for her. I feel a pang of jealousy within my gut as I picture him gazing at her intently, working to capture her likeness, stroke by stroke. I mean, considering this game, like what I expect of this game, this is probably her. Like, oh my god, they look like me! And it's so common for a woman to have white hair and, yeah, look like myself because I am such an ordinary girl. Yeah. Okay. Jumping over. I feel a pang of jealousy with my gut. Da da da. Do you like them? He stares longingly at the paintings for a moment, then directs his attention back to me. They're beautiful, truly. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. However, you wouldn't mind me asking, who is she? He chuckles, turning his gaze towards me. You're just the same as always. What? Can't you see? They're you. All of them are you. Told ya I call it! My beautiful pale one, shining like the moon in the night sky. How I would have loved to capture your smile. I can feel it. You feel it too, don't you? Yes, this time it's different. The miracle I have been waiting for. Sorry. The miracle I have been waiting for. You're drawn to me this time. You've never looked at me like that. Scarlet eyes sparkling. That face. No pain. No fear. Makes me happy. Yeah, what are you saving? Panic! I don't know what you're on about. I cannot deny that these portraits do bear some resemblance to me, but we haven't met, and I've certainly not sat for any portraits. No. Just when I thought that things had changed. What was it this time? Was it something I said? Maybe because you were kinda creepy, boy. It's useless, isn't it? You... Why must you torment me like this? The light I saw in him left his eyes completely in that moment. Cold shell remained, leaving me to wonder which one was the real him. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I have to leave. I take a step back towards the front door, but he grips my wrist with a terrifying strength. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. I glance at his stoic face with bewilderment. Why is his expression so dead? I can't understand any of this. And his eyes! How hollow they seem now, all light extinguished. It pains me to see him so, but as he tightens his old hold on my wrist, I snap back to the situation at hand. I try to pull my arm from his grip, but it simply won't move. Keep pulling. But I keep pulling with what strength I have, but it won't move at all. Just what do you want from me? Look at me with those eyes again, and things can go back to normal. Please, my dearest moon, look at me! I know what he wants now, but I'm terrified. How can my eyes fill with love when he has lost everything that How can my eyes fill with love when he has lost the very thing that pulled me in? Save. Yeah, guys, I'm saving everything because I don't want her to play this over and over. Pull my arm with all my strength. Give up. Pull my arm with all my strength. Give up. No, I will not, good sir. I will not give up. You can't tell me what to do. I will sit here for like a couple of minutes trying this. Jeez, you really don't want me. You really do want me to give up, huh? Well, I don't think I will take commands from a dead fish eye, sir. Good sir. Fish eye. Man, vampire thing. I don't even know his name yet. He hasn't even told me his name. And he tells me like, oh, I love how you look at me. Like, dude, if you're gonna be a yandere, like a creepy ass dude, at least try to be like kinda normal at first. Yeah, we smile at him. I muster my best attempt at a smile, but it feels lopsided and wrong at best. An absolutely joyless laughter resounds throughout the hallway. Pathetic. Absolutely pitiful, really. Wow, first he told me to give up, and when I finally give up, he calls me pathetic. How nice of him, honestly. As sudden as it appeared, his smile recedes from his features to reveal an almost fragile expression. Oh, my dearest pale one, how I squandered this chance. Next time I'll do better, I promise. Alas, until then, whenever and however that may be. Without a warning, he knocks me out. Boy! There's no way to know how much time has passed once I regain consciousness. I slowly open my eyes, and a wave of panic washes over me as I realize I am tied to it. That's when I notice him sitting across from me, the expression hidden behind his easel. Easel? I don't know how it's pronounced. I try screaming, begging, bargaining, anything that could get him to listen. But he no longer looks at me. He simply stares off into some impossibly far distance. Somewhere I can't reach, and probably somewhere he can't reach either. As he looks through me, he paints my form as though possessed. With each errant stroke, he transposes a piece of me from reality into his canvas. And once he's done, there'll be nothing left of me. And one! Answered your own question. Kinda did. I kinda called it. So I did answer my own question. I feel great. Okay. First I wanna know what happens if we play along. Like, oh... Wait, what did he say again? Never look at me like that, scarlet eyes sparkling in their face. No pain, no fear, it makes me happy. Yeah! Guy, dude, friendo, bro, guy? Conflicting emotions slosh around the pit of my stomach, causing me to fall silent. I don't know how these paintings could possibly be of me, but how could I not feel flattered by such words? You could feel creeped out. You don't know this guy. He could have, like, I don't know, imagine he broke into your house while you were asleep or something, started painting you like some creep, and then he hung it up on his walls, and he's now like, oh my god, I love how you look at me with such passion in your eyes or something. And yeah, you could take it the wrong way, very much so. I mean, we did in the first run, but he didn't like that. Our meeting in the town square must have made quite an impact on him after all. Seems he was simply afraid of overwhelming me. He's odd, but perhaps it's precisely that has me charmed. I can't deny that the connection I feel towards him seems like something more than a whim. Something is set alight. Something is set alight in the air between us when our eyes meet. Something that was always there in my dreams, just out of reach. But he's here now, and he's real, and he feels it too. Who am I to scoff at that, when I'm the only one who could possibly understand? You would compare me to the moon? It's embarrassing to admit, but ever since I first laid eyes on you in the town square, you have been like the sun to me. You shine in these dreary days of dullness, reminding me of what good remains in this world. I bashfully squint my eyes shut and will myself to turn invisible. I can't believe I just said that out loud. His expression is so gentle and yet so wrong, and I love that. By the way, have I mentioned that I'm really like into dark romance and yanderes and stuff? Yeah, I am, so this is fun. If only you knew, my dear pale one, my rays of light can only reach the true magnificence when reflected by the moon. I'd have expected a mansion of this size to have servants sweeping the floors or conversing in hushed whispers as they pass through the hallways. However, I don't see a single soul as he guides me to the drawing room. However, I don't see a single soul as he guides me to the drawing room. Our only accompaniment, the echoed sound of our footsteps. The more I see of his residence, the more I'm reminded of a room, a tomb where some nobleman lies buried beneath piles of luxuries he no longer has a use for. A deep sense of loneliness seeps out of every wall, threatening to suffocate me. I wonder how he feels, wandering through these halls all alone. Here we are. Please have a seat. I'll be right back. He gestures at a worn-down but clearly well-made sofa before disappearing behind the door. I sit down and look around the room to pass the time. It's beautiful, but looks somehow disheveled. The candles stand crooked in the candlestick, and a thin layer of dust covers most surfaces in the room, further amplifying its apparent disuse. He steps back inside, a silver tray held delicately in hand. Sorry. Excuse me. Wait, I need to drink some water. That was a good sip of water, I must admit. I hope I didn't keep you waiting for too long. Ta-da-da! He swiftly places down 2 elegant teacups on the table, their aromatic steam breathing life into the stillness of the room. The side of the lace doilies. This word, doilies. The side of the lace doilies pristine white color makes a slight. I'm sorry. Okay, I need a moment. Okay, wait. The side of the lace doilies pristine white color makes a slight worry creep up my back. I must not spill the tea. Spill the tea, sis? I need you to spill the tea. I need to know what you think about this kind of fine gentleman over there, who wouldn't hesitate to knock you out if you did the wrong thing. Steadying my hand, I lift the teacup and bring it to my lips. The tea ripples as I blow it gently. Of course, it is entirely too hot to drink. It was merely a This was merely a practice run. Perhaps a few minutes of conversation should have it ready. I take it you do not make much use of the drawing room? He lowers his cup and nods. I suppose it was obvious. The majority of my time is spent in my atelier, or in my study when I wish to read. As you can likely tell by now, this place is far too spacious for me alone. Still, as long as I live in this dreaded city, I can't bring myself to abandon my family home, even if little remains of those who once called it so. Perhaps especially so because of that. I fall silent for a moment, unsure of how to respond. Should I distract him from the dreary topic by delving into our shared interest in reading? It doesn't feel right, skirting around his tragedy merely because it is unpleasant. Was it the Red Plague? My sister and I lost our parents and baby brother. It must be hard not having anyone.
I did not mean to make you pity me. Death might be a consolation compared to wandering around this ghost of a city.
Oh, there we have the empty eyes there again. I do hope your family is at peace.
Apologies, I did not mean to dampen the mood.
Now, enough of all that.
Tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Oh no, I can't avoid it any longer. I came here for a reason. But would it be absurd to lay it on the table like this so soon? Then again, with the things he has said before, it feels as though he already knows my heart. Is there any point in hiding it anymore? And we save. I'd say yeah, confess your love, shoot your shot, girl. Perhaps, against my better judgment, I muster up the courage to get the words out of my mouth. I'm about to say something insolent and brash. You forgive me?
You can say anything to me, and I'll accept it. My forgiveness is always, irrevocably yours.
Something about the kind look in his eyes and the condor in his words gives me... Something about the kind look in his eyes and the condor in his words gives me pause. I do not deserve this warmth. The reason I came here today is because I cannot forget about you. I simply cannot let you go. Ever since the eternal light fell, everyone in the city has been lost. They aren't alive, they're only puppets acting out some play along after the... They aren't alive, they're only puppets acting out some play along after the audience is left. I too was lost, but when I looked into your eyes for the first time, I felt found. You are like them, you are the only person in this world who feels real. I know the sounds like insanity, and you are free to send me away. I have seen the way you looked at me. If it was as I suspected, if it is as I suspect, and this feeling is something you recognize, please let me stay by your side. My heart pounds against my chest. But I feel relieved to finally speak aloud the feelings I held inside. No matter what comes next.
I cannot believe it. Joy, elation, words fall short of describing the feeling you've stirred inside me. I was right this time. Finally, you have come to your senses and have come to see you belong to me. He holds out his hand to me. It doesn't matter that I do not understand why. None of this matters. Only he and I exist, and that is the truth. Briefly, I think back to my home, my workshop, where I make the same dreamless ropes day after day, and my hands can remember the steps better than I remember the faces of my parents. I mean, her parents did die, so that's valid. To my sister, who, try as she may to suppress it, holds that quiet resentment in her gaze as she looks at me. Why was I the one who lived and not my precious brother? And now I can leave it all behind. None of those ties have to bind me as long as I have another thread to hold on to. Take his hand. The eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. Oh, wrong voice, sorry. The eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Your purity is mine and mine alone to corrupt. Corrupt me then. I won't protest. I'll make sure to savor it slowly. I think it might be dangerous. This might be entirely warped. A choice born out of desperation. Right now, it doesn't reach my heart. This is just basically people who are attracted to red flags. Like, he's bad for me. but I do not care at all. All of this makes sense. No, it has to make sense. It doesn't. The Red Moon has hollowed us all out, and I don't know how much longer I could have taken it, or I would have ended up like that. It's better to go in a blaze than to be ground to dust. Excuse me, please. Okay. He moves over and brushes his fingers against me softly, running them first along my cheeks, then over my lips and down to my neck, but who cares? Every touch sends a spark that alleviates my loneliness a little more. Bit by bit, he caresses every inch of my exposed skin. Tremble. His breath tickles my ear as he whispers, I want to rip you open. Boy! This is some... You do not have to do this, you know that, right? You do not have to rip me open, boy. I do not appreciate that. Unless it's in a kinda romantic way, then I guess I can accept that. If only I could live inside you. Why saying such things? Please? But don't worry. I'll make sure no harm befalls you, my love. I press my lips against his shakily, but my hesitance finds no reply in him as he pulls me in. His mouth moves against mine insatiably, seeming to carry the weight of a lifetime of yearning. It's nothing I have ever felt before. I melt at his rhythm with a sigh, wrapping my arms around him as I lose faith in my ability to support my own body. Then he parts from me and takes my fingers in his hands. A smile spreads across his face as he presses his forehead against mine. I have seen you in so many forms, but this one is new. The scent of the blood in your veins has become sweeter. Everyone has forgotten hundreds upon thousands of times this night is repeated. Even you. I am the only one who remembers all of you. That is why I am the only one who can have you. You're mine. I'm yours. He runs his tongue along my... Sorry, this feels like reading some fan fiction. Like, first the kiss was described so passionately, then it was like, he licks your neck and... yeah. Nice. Thumbs up to that. He runs his tongue along my neck. I feel his fangs graze against my skin and hold back a gasp. So it's true. It's not that I'd never heard of them before. Just cursed to walk between life and death. I suppose I had thought the more of his tale to scare misbehaving children. Maybe I should have known when I saw his grin. He's a vampire. It was obvious! Girl, do you have eyes? I hope you do. But your reaction kinda tells me otherwise. Because every time he smiles, you can see like those big old chompers of his. If you offer me your blood, the eternal night will come to a final end. Our curse will be dissolved. We'll be free. Go on then. Do it. But freedom can be a terrifying thing. I'll have you, won't I? Unable to stay away from him now that I have had a taste, I kiss him again. A quiet peace falls over us as we desperately try to fill the gaps between our physical forms. My dearest pale one. His fangs brush against my neck once more, but they ask to sink deeper this time. Taking a deep breath, I give a small nod. It breaks my skin and I shut my eyes tightly. It burns white hot, but the pain isn't unpleasant. Okay, real quick. Why is it always that in vampire media, the bite is always either described as being unbearably painful, being like not painful at all, or being like pleasantly painful? Like, why can't we decide? Like, it's not really like a needle. Like, imagine a small rock poking so deep into you that your skin breaks. Now imagine, is it pleasant? And don't come at me with, their spit makes chemicals that do this and that. Canonically, vampires are like walking corpses that drink blood for some reason. Actually, there's a historical reason behind it, but I won't get into it. Because I don't want the stream to be too long. Absolutely delicious. I feel him softly chuckle against me. Tastes better without resistance after all. He desperately drains me to the point where I start to feel lightheaded and loosen my grip. I tug at his back and he pauses to look down at me. My weakened body collapses into his as the world stirs. Through closed eyes I can feel it, an unfamiliar sensation. Warm, thin strokes of light filter through the window. I open my eyes in shock and cling onto him, lacking the strength to lift my arms. It seems my curse does not end here. What? No, wait! He slowly raises a limp hand towards me. Moon. He hacks and coughs, with features scrunched in anguish as flames clutch at his back. The first light of dawn is no sweet relief to a creature of the night. How could he not have known? Or did he know? Do I detect the faintest trace of a smile amidst all the pain? Or is it merely a trick of the light? The crackling noise makes me wince as a horrible stench emerges from his charred and twisted skin. Smoke climbs through my nose and mouth, suffocating me slowly. Okay, real quick, look at this window, right? If the light comes in here and stuff, he can go like behind the bookshelf. Thought of that, my dudes? Or he could just go behind the sofa here. He doesn't have to die, that's what I'm saying. But no, he wants to be romantic and burn alive. Smoke climbs through my nose and mouth, suffocating me slowly. I can no longer tell if my tears are from the pain or from the tragedy of this outcome. Can my body quell these flames, or will they simply spread and consume me? Is there anything I can do? Don't go! You can't! No, please! You can't leave me behind! What am I supposed to do without you? But he has no mouth to respond to me with. Before me lies nothing but a pile of ash. And 3, unfit to meet the light of day. He didn't have to die. He genuinely didn't have to die. That's what annoys me so much right now. Okay, I'm asking about you instead, so how's your life? Do you want to confess your love to me? Despite feeling confident earlier, I have lost my nerve, thinking about how I compared to him. The sun makes me feel like an imbecile. Oh, how I would love to confess, but I cannot do it yet. Why did he have to ask me so forthrightly? I look into his captivating amber eyes and take a sip of my tea. I can't bear to lie to him. All I can do is avoid his inquiry by subtly changing the subject. Oh, but where are my manners? I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is... Shh. Before I realize it, he's put a finger on my lips. Our first touch! I can't suppress the faintest flutter of my heart. The chill of his cold skin lingers on my lips even when he moves his hand away. It is not important. Not yet. I'll get to know you in many ways, and this one will be the last. I knew that there was something more to him from the first moment I saw him. The fascination with him is only heightened by these mysterious discretions. Very well, I'll oblige you. In return, will you tell me your name? Why do you look shocked? Virgilius. Virgilius de Lanceroy. I don't know, I probably butchered that too. I'm not French. I think that was French. Virgilius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. He sheepishly nods his head. Look at him! Look at him! I want to take him home! He looks so adorable right now! Like, look at him! Please? Where can I buy him? Actually, you don't have to buy him because you can get this game for free on itch.io. Teehee. If you want to play this game, it's in the description. I haven't posted a link because I can't do that yet, but I posted the name of the creator and the title, so I hope that suffices. Sorry, I had to drink some water. I let his name swish around inside of my mouth. What? I let his name swish around the inside of my mouth like mine. It's pleasant. Been living in the city. Have you been living in the city for long? You've been living in the city. Living in the city for long? Oh, so very long. Longer than I can be bothered to remember. Tell me, have you ever tried to leave? Me? Leave? Where to? I mean, based on what I have heard, the journey past these city walls spelled certain death for someone like me. I have tried. It's not the journey that is impossible, it's the very act of stepping outside the city walls. Some dark force wraps itself around me enough to make me stagger and suffer, but never enough to kill. So like you, I have been stuck here, wanting nothing more than to leave, yet not knowing how. Oh. My eyes widen with curiosity. I've never heard of anyone who has tried to leave this place. We all resign ourselves to our hopeless fate and do nothing but pray to the one Lord that might... Sorry. Excuse me, please. We all resign ourselves to our hopeless fate and do nothing but pray to the one Lord that things will change, but they never do. Everything only falls, further disrepair. Yet still, I cannot shake that small grain of hope that embeds itself in my heart. I want to know what he has found. I lift my cup and take another sip of my tea. But I feel myself growing hazy and my attention slips. I do hope the tea was to your liking. I called it that he would like rock the tea. I called it. You know why? Because I'm an expert at all of these tropes, baby. I should actually do a video on that. Like, yandere tropes. Because I love that crap. Muffled screams startled me awake as I desperately attempt to jolt up. I am met with a searing ache that grips my entire body. I can't see anything. Cold sweat runs down my back. My breath hitches in my throat. My head swirls with question as my situation sinks in. What happened? Where is he? How could he do this to me? I try to sit up more slowly this time. Only then do I sense the presence of a tightly yanked chain around my ankle. We have another one, boys!
We have another one! And by that I mean another trope. Yandere drugging someone, locking them up with a chain around their arm, ankle, or their neck for some reason. It allows for minimal movement, keeping me tethered to this wretched place. My eyes adjust as I feel my way around the room, hands moving against peeling wallpaper, ripping on fabric and accidentally knocking against wood. It's no dark, dank attic. It appears to be a fairly well-maintained guest bedroom. Or perhaps it used to be someone else's. A melancholy thought. Melancholic thought, right? You're finally awake. Oh, look at this drizzle, what? Hi, English words. Finally awake. I gasp involuntarily at the sight of him. Don't be afraid, dear pale one. I would never hurt you. The sound of muffled screaming fills the air once more, and I recoil. What are those sounds? And whose blood is that? He wipes the blood from his face and licks his finger in a smooth, practiced gesture. He draws closer to me. Up close and under dim lighting, I notice an almost otherworldly glow in his golden eyes. The faint scent emanating from him is nostalgic and somehow intoxicating. Makes my head spin. Or it's just the tea. You must have sorry. Must have heard the tales. Perhaps I dismissed them all as nonsense. But the Red Plague isn't always fatal. Those of us unfortunate enough to survive it are changed forever. It's blood and blood alone that sustains us. Oh yeah, so people not always die but they turn into vampires. Another trope or some from vampire stuff, I think. Is that I remember reading about that somewhere. You're a vampire. The breath gets more erratic as his face inches closer. Did I frighten you? I avert my eyes and look at the floor. I want to say that he does. Of course he does. Despite that, something inside of me finds him beautiful. I mean, look at this man. I find him beautiful too. I do find him beautiful. I like guys like him. His personality, toxic, but I love it. Yeah. I ponder my response. My eyes hover over the chain around my ankle. My judgment be clouded by his golden eyes and silver tongue. I yank on the chain and muster the courage to look at him. Remove this chain immediately! Of course. If you promise to stay by my side, then I would be more than happy to do so. Of course, there's no way I can promise that. I know, I cannot ask that of you, as precisely why the chain is necessary. Though it is charming that you would not even think to deceive me. He softly pats my head, and I instinctively back away from his taunt. Ah, apologies. I did not mean to condescend. Please pretend it didn't occur. Why do you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? I suppose by now there is nothing left but to be direct about my intentions. Dearest pale one, won't you grant me some of your blood? No? It wants my blood? Absolutely not. Who knows what will happen to me? I might even contract the Red Plague myself. There has to be a way out of here. As I contemplate the means of my escape, he takes my silence as an answer and sighs. Just, please consider it. For the both of us. I mean, I think it would work in this room actually if he drank our blood, because... Look, there's no windows here. Perfect! I'll leave you be for now. Besides, I need to finish what I started. Finish what he started? You wouldn't hurt me, would you? I'm sorry that it has come to this, chaining you to this room,
but I promise I would never treat you badly. I need you. Please make yourself at home. This room is yours to do with as you please. As he starts to walk away again, I follow him for as far as my chain allows. Why am I doing this? Why do I yearn for him? I thought I was scared, but I don't know what to think anymore. Logic seeps through my fingers as my heart bounds after him. Standing in the doorframe, he turns around. Were you to approach me this time? The fates have aligned, I'm sure, and for that I am grateful. Thank you, my dear pale one. Suffocating loneliness envelops the dreary room once more. I make my way back to the meticulously made bed and slump down. Could I have known this would happen? What am I going to do? What can I do? The screams I heard in the distance grow louder and louder till they eventually stop, leaving in their wake a deafening silence more oppressive than their noise ever was. Good morning, dear pale one. Will you offer me your blood today? Safe? No. Very well then, I'll see you again tomorrow. Good morning, dear pale one. I hope you slept well. Will you offer me your blood today? No! Tomorrow awaits us then. The days pass by quietly. As promised, he does not treat me badly. There is food to eat, and he even brings me books to read. Every day, like clockwork, he asks me for my blood, and every day, I refuse. We have amicable conversation. We have amicable conversations some days, but I no longer care to learn anything about him. How wrong I was to assume so many things about him from seeing his smiling face in the crowd. All I want is to leave this place. That empty life I wanted to escape has become my dearest dream. I wonder if my sister misses me. It must be hard running the workshop all by herself. I even miss the mending. I even miss the mending of the same workman's clothes. Who would have ever imagined that? This is actually another common trope in yandere media, where the darling, I think they're mostly called darlings now, not senpais anymore, because senpais kind of cringe. Where the darlings are like, when they're locked up, they miss their life because that's what any normal person would do. And I think it's a really good angsty topic for like media of that genre, you know? I really enjoy that if I want something to nearly cry over, but not quite cry because it's hard for me to cry unless it's something really tragic. If only I had told someone about my plan to meet him, then maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this situation. Have you finished your breakfast? I have. It was delicious. Thank you so much. I have slowly crafted my cordial facade. I think I'm pretty convincing. I'm glad to hear that. Now you know what I will ask, don't you? Although I have enjoyed our peaceful days, I am not sure how much longer I can endure. What do I mean? Your blood, pale one. I am ravenous, and your innocent smile only beckons me closer. Let me in, won't you? I'll make sure it won't hurt. In fact, I think it might even make you feel good. Will it really? As I stare at him with an unsure expression, he slowly inches towards me. These are the circumstances I have been waiting for. This is my only chance. I know where he keeps the key. I have seen it. He pulls me into his arms, and I will no longer resist. Calm down, breathe, wait until the very last moment. Shake my sleeve and catch the breakfast knife in my hand, and without hesitation, I drive it into his neck. His eyes turn wide and he parts his lips in shock,
and he looks at me with downcast eyes and frowns.
So this is how it will end this time.
His grip on me loosens and I push him off me. Falls with a thud, blood pouring from his mouth. I have done it, I look at the blood on my hands. It splatters across my chest. I killed him. It all went by too fast. I feel sick. I hold onto a nearby bedpost to hold myself up. I killed him! My heart is beating in my eardrums. I cannot believe it worked. I expected more resistance, but it seems he's resigned to his fate. Somehow I choke up, struggling to breathe. No, why am I feeling this pity? He's chained me here against my will. He deserves no pity. I have to get out. I cannot breathe in here. With trembling hands, I scramble for the key in his breast pocket and storm out of the mansion without looking back. As I go to sleep that night, I dream of him. There he is, staring at me with desolate eyes, not saying a word. He doesn't have to. My guilt festers under his watchful gaze all the same. Sorry. For nights after that, I can't sleep. I can't escape his haunting face. I'd wake up in a cold sweat wondering if I had done the right thing. Other nights, when the fates feel kind, I dream of being in his arms. We discuss a book I recently read, or what we should have for lunch tomorrow. As I wake up from dreams of what could have been, I find tears streaming down my face. Whether dream or nightmare, they eventually start to bleed into my waking life. The lines blur, as if to say, this cannot end here. And somewhere I know this has not ended here. And 4. Perpetuate the cycle. Dude, that was a hard one. Okay, what happens if I say no?
If I refuse, will you take more innocent people's lives only to prolong your own?
You misunderstand. They're not people. Surely you have realized it by now. Here, where darkness reigns and emptiness echoes, we are the only survivors. They're lost to the cycle, Pale One. They trudge on, possessed by something akin to instinct, but there is no soul left within. I find myself at a loss of words. I cannot deny that I have thought the same thing he has, but it isn't right to reduce humans to nothing so easily. How can we know what goes on in their minds?
How can you be so sure? Is it not mere arrogance to put yourself above everyone else like that?
I am entirely certain, Pale One. If we have walked through the same streets, come across the same husk, then we both bear witness to that fact. But it's not like you to still think of them as human. Oh no, but it's just like you to still think of them as human, as beings that still have hopes and dreams. I'm glad to see you still have that infectious optimism. It warms my heart. Good morning, Pale One. I hope you slept well. Offer me your blood today. Why? I could tell you the answer, but you would not believe me. You never do. Promise to believe him.
I promise to believe you.
That's not an easy promise to keep. Tell me, Pale One, would you want to save the city if you could?
When I end to the eternal night, if we could bring things back to how they were, then surely that would be better. But we've tried so many things. It's nigh impossible to solve a problem if you don't know the cause.
I'm taken aback as he laughs almost mockingly, though there is no amusement in his eyes.
You know the cause?
Ah, yes. The cause. Of course I would know it, because I am the cause. This is my dreadful curse, Pale One. It's the only saving grace. Of course I would know it, because I am the curse.
This is my dreadful curse, Pale One. Its only saving grace, the way it binds me to you. He glances out the window towards the red moon. You did promise to believe me this time.
Please, help me understand you. Help me understand this curse.
He closes his eyes and takes a moment to think of what to say, then looks at me with conviction. The flow of time is distorted in this place, which is why we cannot leave. We live in a pocket of the world governed by its own laws. Time folds and loops in on itself over and over and over again.
That's something the human mind was meant to bear.
Every passing recurrence, another loses their identity completely. I am the only one who is forced to remember it all, not allowed the luxury of forgetting. I am but a prisoner of my own memories. What he's saying is hard to swallow. It's hard, it's a lot, and I don't know how any of it could make sense, but I am determined to keep my promise. Jesus Christ, I never knew water could taste so good. But I'm determined to keep my promise. I've seen what he describes. No one is themselves anymore. Perhaps they're nothing more than husks after all.
So you've lived through all of this, only to see the world move further and further from its proper state.
He gives a curt nod. I would like to believe that things do get better, that the city will be safe one day, but that hope is becoming increasingly difficult to hold on to. The more I ponder it, the more it feels like a lost cause. I mean, what is the point in dousing a house that has already turned to ash? Even if we were to lift this curse, what is left to rise from its shadows? You're the only constant. Your pure soul is enough to withstand the weight of time piling up. The soft smile takes on a different meaning to me. You must have lived in the loneliest of worlds. If all he lives through isn't real to anyone else, how could anyone else feel real to him? I've tried to approach you countless times, but somehow we are fated to end each other. Then time rearranges without a care, and I am the only one who remembers what we've been through. In recent cycles, I have kept my distance, for it only hurts more to be with you than to simply watch from afar. That way I thought I could be content seeing you about your day, seeing your life and untainted by my deeds. And me, I'm nothing but a shadow of the man I once was. I too have lost myself, but not like the others. Their fate might be merciful compared to mine. This fiendish lust for blood has only intensified and makes me ashamed of myself. I grasp his shaking hand in mine. I grasp, not gasp. His shaky hand in mine, totally. I grasp his shaky hand in mine, overcome with a desire to ease his suffering. Who would ever make up such a story as this? Why only tell me now? I am holding on to my promise in the deepest recesses of my heart, and that means discarding any doubt.
Have you told me all this many times before? It must not have been easy to stay kind and patient when all your actions are brought to a naught time and time again, and no one else remembers any of it the next day.
I have tried to tell you many times. Please, English! Please bring to English things! I have tried to tell you many a time, but without the right leading up, it is doomed to fail. You might run from me or retaliate in violence. Sometimes you make fun of me, other times you grow frightened. I've seen almost every face you can make. But this kind of occurrence is rare. You looking at me with kindness is in many ways my greatest relief. But it's not new. It has happened before, a handful of times. Those loops are the most painful. I grow attached to you only to lose you. That fatal loss has not been overturned. So this time too, I resist the temptation to hope. My fingers trace the lines of his palms as he speaks. He does not stir, so he must not mind it. All I can do is listen in awe and hope that my warmth reaches him. But I am being unfair. I am only manipulating you by telling you one side of this tale. Pale one, my dearest. Inside of me another impulse tugs at my sanity. I can feel that unwavering need crawling under my skin, begging to be sated. Something like that. I wish not only to have you for myself more than anything, I wish to ruin you. Knowing your inevitable final destination, why not let me be merciful and end you myself, knowing that it is out of love? Seeing you twist up and contort in pain, or letting you submit to the wills of something primal and terrible, crushing the one good thing left in this miserable nightmare. I know that it is all temporary, so why bother with decency anymore? Nothing means anything and shame ceases to exist. It's no more real than a fairy tale to anyone but me. My downfall is mine alone to witness. As he speaks, he grips my hand tightly. His nails dig into my skin, but not enough to draw blood. I call your bluff. You're testing me. You're trying to scare me off before you find yourself actually caring again. None of this is a bluff, dear pale one. It's all true. If you could see the fates I put you through, recall the things I have made you feel, you would not want me anywhere near you. What has he done to us? Because yandere media can be like really goddamn unhinged. Like, the things I've seen, it deserves its own story time, but not now because I've already been streaming for more than an hour and I don't want to keep stringing this out. We have like 3 endings out of 6. We can do this, I believe in us. If you could see the fates I put you through, recall the things I've made you feel, you would not want me anywhere near you. You would loathe me. Sorry? You say? You're holding back, even now, aren't you? Otherwise, you would have forcefully taken my blood. Your dedication is admirable. And if it matters to you so much, show me those fates then. I want to remember. If we're the only ones who will live through this tragedy, then I want to be there for all of it. My beautiful, innocent, pale one. Why, I have yet to answer your question. In order to end the cycle of terror, I need your blood, for only yours can purify my curse. I have tried taking it forcefully, but it never works. You lose your purity. Indeed, you must offer me your blood without coercion, in faith and innocence. Then, only then, will the curse lift and the eternal night end. Everything will return to how it once was. I am afraid I cannot answer that, as I have never gotten to that point. Would have to wait and see. However, I do not believe the danger wrought can be undone. To those whose minds have been ground to dust will likely collapse physically as well. In fact, I do not know the effects of introducing a regular flow of time to those who have been in a closed loop for so long. Then isn't that dangerous? What about you? Or me? A vampire cannot live, face the sun, right? What kind of life would he even lead? Like all other fictional vampires, sitting or lying in a tomb, or no, lying in a casket, or laying in a casket, or spending their whole day in a castle and then
just partying at night because they can drink all the rich liquid stuff, blood thing they want.
Would you believe me if I said I hadn't thought about it? This whole time I have been working towards an empty goal. I do not know what lies beyond it, but I have nothing else to try.
That's not right. That's not the right way for anyone to live. There has to be some point to all this madness. How do you even know that this is the only solution?
He told me. The one who orchestrated this ordeal before he left, he told me that you were the key to all of this. I didn't understand the significance of any of it at the time. In fact, I didn't even realize what had happened.
And here I thought it was all your fault.
He laughed humorlessly. He lost humorlessly again. But I am a villain all the same.
Aren't you playing right into the hand by following his command? Don't you want to defy the one who took everything from you?
Ah, I know that expression. It's the one I used to wear. Of course, by the time I realized the inescapable gravity of my fate, I was furious. My rage was an inquenchable flame. Time dulls all senses, and there is no direction for this feeling. I took it out on you many times, but it has only made me feel worse with each passing loop. Of course, who knows how long it has been for him? Perhaps he himself can no longer keep track. The feelings of someone who might as well be an outsider hearing this for the first time can't begin to compare. I don't think it's right, any of this. His acceptance of his role as some great evil is saddening. I won't have it. But what can we begin to do? You couldn't possibly care about lifting the city's burden. Now that I've told you all this, it might be enough for me. Feels like some weight has been lifted off my shoulders. You truly are skilled at keeping your promises.
That is but one of my many talents. Surely, through all this time, you must have seen them in action. For example, fearlessly going through with plans anyone else would have deemed too absurd to attempt.
Such as ending up on my doorstep without having spoken a single word to me before?
Maybe?
What on earth were your intentions?
Don't make fun of me.
How could I ever?
I came to confess my love.
The way he plunged! The way he was trying to push! Sorry. You don't leave me speechless too often anymore. It'll be quite a shame when I have to part from you this time.
Since we have to.
Oh? You would grace us with even more absurd plans.
We can be tied together for all of eternity, by forgetting about this tragedy and denying the mastermind the payoff he's waiting for.
I pull him towards me, with my mouth close to his ear. I speak in a hushed voice.
I know of the tales they tell. For once, we can make this red plague our blessing. Let me have your blood instead, to become what you are, and to stay here, by your side, forever.
This is kinda really sweet. I like this. You don't know what you're saying. You would throw everything away for me.
That is what I came here to do in the first place. In fact, what do you believe I am throwing away? There's nothing here, nothing left. Not for me, nor for you.
I have tried to take control of my destiny many times, kept my distance in hopes it would afford you peace. I have lost hope entirely, and I suppose I've never tried submitting to your will. What do we stand to lose?
Less than we stand to gain.
Wait, she has fangs too? Plot twist.
she is a vampire too, and plot twist, she's a vampire and turns him human by biting. I don't know.
Sensation of sinking your teeth into someone's neck is a strange one.
Wait, no. Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? No.
It takes a lot of determination to pierce the skin, to muster the courage to follow through. I have never been one to hurt others, but I know that this pain I inflict is entirely desired. Based on his reaction, I dare say it is somewhat pleasurable. Makes me happy. I never knew how good it would feel. And the taste of his blood is nostalgic. Vigilius. Would you be mine?
Always was, dear pale one. Always was. And fun, raising the night. Okay, that was. I really like that ending. It was adorable. The way she like handled the situation was like, yeah, freak the cycle. We're doing our own crap. It was like, I like it. Okay, quick stop. I need to check. Am I still live on you? I think I am. Alright. Okay, so we go back. Where to again? Oh, we have like done all of this, like refuse, ask things. What's that? Ask about him, tell him, pull away, smile, play along, panic. So now we go back to the very beginning. Like, we just entered the house. Now, we're just keeping quiet. Be quiet. We do be quiet though.
I don't want to pry into his affairs. Everyone in the city has a past, and it's rarely something enjoyable to talk about. There is none whom the Red Plague hasn't affected. The eternal night fell on all of us, and as much as anyone might try to deny it, it took something from us. We make do with what we have left, and it's not up to me to open up those wounds again. Besides, I am a guest. It would be rude of me to pester him with intrusive questions when we've only just been properly acquainted. I'd have expected a mansion of the size to be sweeping for floors, however I don't see a single soul. The more I see of his residence, I'm reminded of a ruin, to where a noble man lies, la la la, we had this. Deep sense of sense, low streets, everything. It wasn't like... wait a second. I played to make you visit. I played to love the parents, brother, I play. Okay, I think we've seen all of this. Like, save. Okay, because earlier when we like confessed our love, we were like, yeah, let's shoot our shot with what he has told us, but he hasn't told us anything. Well, let's confess our love. Perhaps, against better judgment, I mustered up the courage to get the words out of my mouth. I am about to say something insolent and brash. Will you forgive me? You can say anything to me, and I'll accept it. Forgiveness is always invocably yours. Something about the kind look in his eyes and the condor in his words gives me pause. I do not deserve this warmth. The reason I came here today is because I cannot forget about you. Simply cannot let you go. Ever since the eternal night fell, everyone in the city has been lost. They have burned alive. There were pockets everything else. Some play along at the left. I was so lost when I looked into your eyes for the first time. I felt found. You're unlike them. You're the only person who walked with feelings already. I don't know the sound like insanity, and you're free to send me away. Okay, wait. Yeah. Okay, wait. I've seen the way you look at me. It's as if I suspect I was feeling somewhat of your weakness, and please let me stay by your side. And my heart pounds against my chest, but I feel relieved to finally speak aloud the feeling of your side, no matter what comes next. Truly? You mean it? The anomaly I've been waiting for. Is it finally here? When I pick up my teacup to calm my quaking nerves, he leaps up from his seat. Wait, don't drink that! He knocks the teacup out of my hand, shattering it onto the floor. One of the shards embeds itself into my wrist.
and bright red blood wells up.
What has gotten into him? I flinch as I pull the porcelain shard out of my wound, and in the blink of an eye, he is beside me. I flinch as I pull the porcelain shard He's beside me, very close beside me. He takes no heed of my teacup's remains or its contents spill on the floor, gaze fixed intently on the cut. His lips press against my wound, as if driven by an overwhelming compulsion.
What? Stop it! What are you doing?
He resists. I shudder as he runs his tongue along the blood trailing down my hand, eyes locking onto mine. You said it yourself. You feel this bond between us as well as I do. So, allow me. And his fangs penetrate my skin deeper than the porcelain shard ever did. Tears prick at the corners of my eyes as the pain radiates from my wrist. But why? Why am I crying? Isn't this what I wanted?
Ow, stop, it hurts!
I just can't help it. Goodness, why did you have to go and hurt yourself? Don't worry, I'll make you feel good soon. An unexpected and exhilarating pleasure soon starts to mix into the pain surging through me. Heat rises to my cheeks and I cannot find strength or the will to stop him. Such a feeling must be unnatural. Then why? Why am I not stopping him? Stay by my side. I'm frozen in place as he moves on top of me. Sinking his fangs into my neck and alternating his bites with the gentleness of kisses in the same spots. Tears pool in my eyes and blur my vision. They flow uncontrollably, but I can no longer tell if they are of sorrow or bliss. This intoxicating feeling fills up every corner of my mind, overwhelming my senses until I cannot even think straight. There's so much blood. This goes on, then I'll... Stop! I can't even muster words as he seems too enraptured to notice, lapping up what blood he can. Is this it? An observer in my own body. I lay motionless until even my heartbeat stills. Dearest? No one, You... No, answer me! No, wait! No, why? Why? What have I done? This dreaded curse.
Unhappy accident.
Or is it? Restart the game to unlock another loop. Well, I don't want to restart, I want to load.
The thing is, what I really find cool in this game is that it legitimately has a reason to restart because it's like an endless cycle. Well, maybe not after ending 5, but it could because, I don't know, they grow old or something. But it's genuinely just a loop, and I really love that. I love that for them.
Wait, did I save? Loading? Yeah, I'm sure. Back. No. History. Huh? Wait. Huh? Here. What? Yeah, here. This one. Ask about him instead. For goodness sake, he does not know me. It would be sheer insanity to tell him now that I am here because my life is an empty, meaningless routine and seeing his face is the only thing that has made me feel alive in years. Ludicrous. Even repeating all that in my head sounds childish. I mean, it does sound crazy. Like, it does sound a little. Oh, how can I... How... Oh. I'm sorry. Repeating the milestones childish. How would I... How would... How... Oh, how... Oh, how I... Oh, how I would love to confess, but I cannot do it yet. Why did you have to ask me so forthrightly?
I look into his captivating amber eyes and take a sip of my tea. I cannot bear to lie to him. All I can do is avoid his inquiry by subtly changing the subject. Oh, but where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself yet. Okay, we can skip this part. Feel something. Oh! Good one. Would you grant some of your blood? No. What's my blood? Absolutely not. You know what happens to me. Blah blah blah. Guess we'll save. Will this just be the same ending? Like, refuse, skip. Yeah, this is the same ending. Wait. How did I get the last ending? Wasn't there like 6? What happens if you say no? Skip. That's why he wants your blood. Skip. Promise to believe him. Skip. Oh no. Wait. Have I actually finished the game? No, I still don't have everything unlocked. Wait, what the hell? Wait a second. What am I doing wrong? Where am I turning wrong? What do I have to do? No! +1 unlockable final ending. Aww. How do I get the ending though? Okay, 3 CGs. I have 3 CGs. Why is there 5 though? Okay. Oh no! I have like 2. I have 2. Okay. Okay. Unlockable fun. How do we actually? How do we? Because like, load. I have this one. I have this one. Like, I have 5 endings and 1 unlockable one, but how do I unlock it? Huh? Good day. Can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Please come in. It is quite chill out here. I can prepare some tea to warm you up. That sounds... Wait. Cannot be true. I do know him. His name is Vigili... His name is His name is Virgilius. Virgilius de Lancroix. Touch my head and wince. In the midst of the pain, I can feel something tug at the recess of my mind, forcing distant, unfamiliar scenes back to the surface. This eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Your purity is mine and mine alone to corrupt. Corrupt me then. I won't protest. I'll make sure to savor it slowly. Excuse me, are you alright? I'm fine. I have tried to take control of my destiny many times. I've kept my distance in hopes it would afford you peace. I have lost hope entirely. But I suppose I have never tried submitting to your will. What do we stand to lose? Less than we stand to gain. Less than we stand to gain. Seem unwell. Please, come in and have a seat. Might I offer you some tea? Memories flood my mind as I sat down on his now familiar sofa. I can't hold back my tears. He comes with a platter of tea. I know that tea so well. I wonder if he has laced it with some sedatives this time. Is it alright for me to pry? If it is alright for me to pry, will you tell me what's on your mind? I carelessly wipe my tears with my sleeve. What an unsightly display! Though I suppose he has already seen me worse than this. Virgilius, my fated one. Have I told you my name? No, you haven't. Not this time at least. And an audible gasp escapes his lips. He drops everything he's holding, struggling to keep himself upright. stumbles towards me and grabs my shoulders, a light within his eyes brighter than ever. Pale one, is it really true? Shh. I put my finger to his mouth. My name is Chaka!
My name is Chaka.
He kisses my finger, still pressed to his lip.
I have decided it does not matter whose will we follow inadvertently. We deserve to carve out our own happiness. I'm going to have faith in the future. We can break out of this cage. You may have grown indifferent, but I cannot forgive the one who did this to us. Let's travel beyond this night, beyond the city. I want to laugh in the face of evil and give back all that we have received. After all, we have to put things right. I believe you can find a place for us to belong. I extend my hand towards him. Will you join me?
Of course I want to see the look on his... Of course. No. Dude, let me read. This is a good scene. Oh, I do want to see the look on his face. This must have been outside the scope of his machinations. Chaka, I cannot promise you normalcy. I cannot promise you anything at all. I do not have the same faith you have. Damage has already been done. I am not the man I used to be. I'll never be him again.
Of course. But promises are my talent. Let me have my niche. Come on. How long do I have to stand here like this?
Finally grabs my hand in both of his. I'll follow your lead then, Chaka.
It won't be easy, you know? There's no going back. If you agree to it now, I won't let you change your mind later.
His soft hand reaches towards my face, lifting up my chin to allow our eyes to meet. Chaka, let I have your blood.
With pleasure.
Aww, that's cute. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't the gentle warmth of his lips upon mine. Wait, wasn't he described as cold? How can his lips be warm if hands cold? Well, I mean, hands can be cold and lips can be warm, but he's a vampire, so he should be cold. But that doesn't make any sense. Ah, damn. He kisses me softly, almost uncertainly at first. Then he bites into my lip, and that familiar hot red rush waves over me, more sweetly than ever before. A what? Okay, a paroxysm, 1,000 timelines in the waiting. We will meet a new morning that is truly ours. The future is an uncertain and terrifying place. Dude, my voice. The future is an uncertain and terrifying place. We grow comfortable with our inevitable misery more easily than we would like to. Sometimes the devil you know is better than even the ray of light you don't. Darkness cannot comprehend light, and despair cannot comprehend hope. To break the cycle, we need to jump that chasm, even when we cannot see the other side. At the end of the eternal night, what awaits us? I do not know, but I can't wait to find out. Okay, I think... Okay, so some afterthoughts of this game. I really enjoyed it, especially like the soft and the yandere parts, because they were undoubtedly some. Like, my niche of that whole horror romance, kind of like yandere cult genre, is that the guy or the girl that does this is like in love, but has seen it a lot, so it just wants to see the misery, but then realizes they're actually in love. I like love that trope, and I think this game showed it really well. Like, at first you think like, oh, he's some kind of douche, or he's like shady, and he drugs the main character, that's like red flag and stuff, and it is. But if you consider that he's probably gone through this same thing thousands of times, it kind of makes sense why he wants to see us suffer, because we are, at the end, the key out of this hell. But we just refuse to comply. And at the end, when we do comply or give him hope, he realized that, god damn, he's in love! And this is nice. I really liked it. Like, I think this is really good representation for this genre. If it was made for that. If not, totally fine. I headcanon that as that, but doesn't need to be. The artwork was beautiful. Like, look at this background alone. I tried to draw my own version of my character in the title, not title screen, on the thumbnail, but I don't know. I don't think I got there, but I do have to say the art is beautiful. Like, let's look at the gallery. Look at that. It's so pretty. Like, I'm a simple girl. I can enjoy the simple things in life. And the simple things are sometimes just beautiful art. And I love it. So, final thoughts on the game, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. What? 9 out of 10 actually. Like, gameplay wise, yeah, it's a visual novel. Like, you can't judge gameplay here. I did find it confusing with like the last ending, but then I just realized I'm stupid. And yeah, I really like that the timelines were like looping, so it had an excuse to show you the same things over and over and over again. I definitely do recommend this game. Yeah, I really didn't think it would take me on such a roller coaster. Well, it did take me on a roller coaster. Like, I hated the sky sometimes, like I hated the protagonists sometimes, but then I loved them. And yeah, I really like how this game takes on a roller coaster sometimes, and yeah, it was like the 1.5 hours-ish spent playing this game really were worth it in my opinion. I did mess up the stream at first, but I think this game really good. Like, I don't see many well-written things that could like fit into the yandere genre, so I really love this. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, night, evening, interspatial time, currency thingy. Like, whatever time you live, I hope you have a great time, and yeah, thanks for watching, bye! Okay, wait. Okay, now, thanks for watching, bye! Oh my god.